Once again, we meet in my labs. This is one of my labs that I used to work while doing analysis of some parameters on components of the environment. The last time I was explaining you how to do with nitrogen analyzer. However, today I'll be teaching you how to use the so-called ICP MS. This is one of very sophisticated instruments for analytical related activities. And it's controlled by special programs of which you can use it, you can learn it to control everything. As you can see here on the monitor on my computer, let me analyze. I have these two programs. We have the so-called Q-Tecra programs, which tends to give information on how we can make setups of the instruments. This is the Q-Tecra. From here you need to create your lab books, and from there you can do all the analysis. You can create lab book and select the elements that you will want to go. For example, if this is the shell lab book, then you can go for what we call the analytics. Here you can find all the elements that you need to analyze, and you select if you want to analyze for vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, lead, copper, iron, or whatever the element of your interest. Then you can select from here. From that you can also command the programs. We have the second program, which is called this one. These programs will only lead you to making some command of the instrument to work. You need to make setups of the so-called the inlet systems, the gas flow, the minor detector, and all of the rest. And therefore, you can find these are some of the place where I placed my sample. This is at the tube, we call it the sampler, from where I can, during the process, I can allow the instrument to suck a particular sample and take it into the torch, from where they will be oxidized into atomic ions and easily detect their concentration. So I will show you a little bit about how does it look like. This is the cooling system. This is the cooling system of the instruments, and on this section you can see how complicated the instrument is. It's having some systems that takes the waste materials out of the systems, and within on the other side you can find this gassy flows, and it's tubing related parameters. And therefore, this very complicated machine of which we can analyze a lot of samples. And as I said, it's controlled by a program. It cannot learn on its own. There are some programs that operate within it. Apart from this, find this particular area, very complicated machines. Apart from this, we are having other instruments in my labs. We have this, what we call the so-called HPLC. This is also one of the most important analytical instruments. It uses the so-called important mobile phases. People from chemistry, they understand very well about it. Apart from these instruments in my labs, I am also having another instrument, analytical instruments. This one here, we call it CMS analyzer in these labs. Alright. Last time I was showing the nitrogen analyzer. You can find here how well it is, and this is also controlled by program. You cannot learn on its own. There are some programs in my computers which operate this one, which are only attached to the helium gases and oxygen. These are some gases which bring up materials inside for the process to learn. You will find here there are some places where you can place your samples, sample 1, sample 2, up to sample, it's here almost 10 samples per single analysis. So because of times, I will take you to the other reps after here, where I will also be showing some of my instrumental analysis for any environmental related parameters. Let's go for the next step.